Realistic goals or unrealistic goals? Which one should you use towards achieving your career and your life targets and goals? Let's break it down and understand what are some of the advantages and disadvantages of either of these approaches. Okay, let's start off with the realistic goal approach, where let's say you're setting things that you can realistically achieve over a short period of time. What are some of the things that you can understand through this? So of course it allows you to stay focused on what is necessary. So if you know what is it that you're going to be achieving, let's say in a week's time, in a month's time, you can have the focus. You don't have to be daydreaming all the time and just get distracted throughout the day. I hope this is making sense to you. And the next big thing that you will also realize when you have those realistic goals is that it increases your confidence level towards achieving those goals. Why is it? Because as you constantly keep working on those goals and as you keep achieving it, you give the feedback to your brain that, hey, I can do things, I can work on those goals and I can achieve those goals. So you tend to do that more often because your competence is increasing and therefore your confidence is also raising through that. Okay, so that's one of the big advantages of you having those realistic goals. What else can happen? So when you have some things that you want to achieve or the short duration of time, you can very clearly understand what are all the dependencies, what are all the resources needed, how much time, energy, money, or any other resource that you might need to achieve that goal. For example, let's say you're going to repair one of your rooms at your house and probably just change the whole wardrobe. Realistic goal, right? Like it's not something that you have never done or someone has never done that. So now you know how much time, how much resources, how much money, all of those efforts that's required to achieve that thing. Okay, so that's one of the big advantages of having realistic goals. But on the other side, what happens is you tend to get into that zone of comfort. You feel like, oh, I can do this. You may slack off because of that. You may not push towards the next level. You may never ask for help because you know you can do all of those things all alone. And you know what? When you ask for help, when you get trained and coached and mentored, the way you can grow, the speed at which you can grow and achieve your dreams is so much more faster. So that's about the realistic goals. And please let me know in the comment box, what kind of realistic goals have you already set and achieved in your career? Okay, now let's look at the unrealistic goals and what are some of the advantages and disadvantages. So first thing, you give yourself that permission to dream bigger than what anyone else can tell you or what you can even think of yourself. Sometimes it becomes very tricky to even think of such a big dream, think of such a state that you can get to. But that's going to be a huge advantage if you can start thinking of it. If Elon Musk never thought about colonizing Mars and getting humans there, we would have never seen SpaceX evolve at the pace that it is evolving right now. I hope this is making sense to you. So it's very important that you also allow yourself to dream bigger. The second thing you can see is you have such big goals. You're probably also working towards that, but you thought you will achieve it in, let's say, X amount of time, but you have already spent 2x time, 3x time. Your confidence is constantly going low, right? So you wanted to get to the next level in your career, but you couldn't do it. It's taking a lot more time than what you thought for yourself. Therefore, it can lower the confidence, right? The third thing that can happen is you may not have that right clarity on, okay, this seems so huge. This seems to be such a hard thing to achieve that I don't know what to do next. You may get into that state as well. If your dreams, your goals are unrealistic, you may not have the right clarity on what are the step-by-step process that you need to take in order to achieve that. Making sense? So can you let me know what kind of unrealistic goals do you have that kind of gives you those butterflies in your tummy, that kind of keeps you awake in the night? What do you dream of? Okay, please share that in the chat box, below the comment box here. And the last one is, since you do not have clarity on how do you approach this, and it's too much of an ask, it requires a lot of your energy and attention and focus and time and all of those things. You tend to push yourself beyond the comfort zone that you had set for yourself, that people had set on you, that the environment kind of created, that those kind of limitations on you. Your big dreams, your big goals, it tends to push you out of those comfort zone and ask you these questions. Do you really want to do it all alone? How about taking help and achieving it faster with lesser frustration, without having to you burn out every single day, every single week? By you getting into a group where they're also striving towards similar things in their life. That's why when you dream big, you automatically tend to introspect yourself and understand that it's better to not do it all alone. Hope this makes sense to you. So the conclusion is, hey, you know what? You need both of these things to happen. But just that you have to have a even balance on how are you spending your time through these things. You need to have that bigger goals that keeps pushing you towards those uncomfortable range that helps you to improve your confidence, your competence, your skills, your mindset and all that. But also have realistic goals that you can put your focus, your energy into and start achieving it week after week after week. Thank you so much for being here. This is Coach Karthik. I'm so glad that you did the work today towards understanding a little bit more clearly on how do you approach goal setting. Thank you. I'll catch you soon in the next one. Take care.